Jake Paul and Logan Paul have just somehow managed to make themselves the biggest laughingstock on the internet after a new series drops on HBO Max, right? If that's the, like, those two things should not be in the same sentence. HBO Max getting them a, like, you know, reality TV show, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians or some shit, and then becoming the biggest laughingstock. Like, that should be, considering these guys were YouTubers, that should be huge, but it's not. Like, it's literally an embarrassment. So this all kind of, like, let's kind of go through a lot of stuff that's gone on between these two before we get into the whole HBO Max stuff, because it's an embarrassment. But Logan Paul over on Impulsive Podcast was speaking to one of his, like, guests, obviously, about the UFC and all the rest of it. And Logan Paul stated that he texted Dana White about going on the UFC 300 and actually got ghosted. Like,
What weight are you? Like, what's your weight?
I'd probably fight 185, which is a tough fucking weight
so
class.
So name some of your opponents in that class.
At one point, Pereira. I think Drukas.
DDP's the man at the minute.
It would have been Izzy at one point. Well, my skill is wrestling.
Okay.
Like, I am a wrestler.
I did see a video of you wrestling, actually.
Yeah.
Who was that with at the PI?
It was with Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
Is it too late?
I don't think you're too old.
I could get one for the right opponent, but it wouldn't be a DDP, dude. I'm not fighting for a world title, or fuck it.
Did you speak to? Did you have any?
Let's get it.
Did you have any conversation with the UFC about it?
I told Dana for UFC 300. I texted him. I said, "Hey man, like, consider me available to fight on the undercard in the Sphere." Basically completely ignored me.
No,
which I think spoke volumes. Haven't bothered him about it since.
I mean, it's a bit embarrassing, obviously. You know, he's trying to dip his toes in the water of something else and then gets absolutely blanked. You gotta love it. But moving on to Jake Paul now. Obviously, he's kind of been talking about a potential new fight for a very, very long time. And there's been rumors of him fighting Anthony Joshua in 2026 after he called out Anthony Joshua on a podcast. Anthony Joshua then jumped on the phone and on his Instagram story posted the phone call with Jake Paul and then 2026 and then the hush emoji and all the rest of it. Obviously, that would be a very interesting fight. But one person who jumped into the mix is Tommy Fury. Now, obviously, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury have already fought. Tommy Fury won. He also beat KSI afterwards. It's the only L that Jake's taken in his professional boxing career. But Tommy's decided that he wants more.
Good morning, guys. Just wanted to give a little opinion on everything I've been seeing on social media lately. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Just wanted to come in here and remind everybody that bum couldn't beat me when I basically had a broken hand. I had one hand and he still lost. Jake Paul, I'm still your daddy, and everybody weighing this fight up, don't bother, because he ain't worth a shilling. And the loss will always be there, Mr. Paul. Take it easy and have a good day.
I mean, obviously he's trying to goad Jake into another fight, right? And he's trying to, like, build up something between the two to try and get a little something going on. Now, would that be an interesting rematch? For sure. But Jake Paul has actually responded to this in quite a few, like, tweets and stuff like this about the fight, and it's kind of going a bit mad right now. It's going a little bit mad. They're, like, back and forth and over on Twitter. So let me have a little look here. So it started off with a tweet right here that states, "Tommy fumbles Fury. The ship has sailed, mate. I'm trying to build the sport. You're trying to make a payday and hit the pub. No judgment. We are just different." And then it's an article that says Muhammad Ali signs with Jake Paul's most valuable promotions, right? And it's basically like Jake Paul's trying to, like, create this, like, I guess, like, not an influencer, but it's like a management system with boxers, right? So that's the kind of thing that he's trying to go down. Tommy Fury then retweets this, stating, "No worries at all, mate. I hope the loss doesn't eat you up too much. Just know that you'd never have enough balls to try and avenge your loss. You're right. We are different. I'm a winner. You're a loser." And as you can imagine, Jake Paul was never going to let this one slide. And it stated, "You still drunk? You turned down $6 million plus a upside to headline Netflix against me. You're Dadiger, and you may be the two dumbest dingbats the UK has ever created. Oh, and you can't travel to the US, you wanker, so the ship has sailed unless you take $3 million and we run it in 2025. Let us know. You literally have zero opportunity other than fighting me or the other jumping jack pull-out artist. Talking about KSI there. And then Jake Paul tweeted afterwards, I'm offering Tommy Fury $3 million to fight me in 2025. That number is $4 million if he can legally get into the US. Let's see who's ducking who. Obviously, and then obviously a gif, that ship has sailed, right? So obviously, you know, it's getting quite heated between the two, and it's getting very, very interesting. But over on Logan Paul's latest vlog, Logan actually asked Jake about wanting to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026, and this is what Jake had to say.
When you called out Anthony Joshua, were you on cocaine?
No, I don't do that thing. But I would if you got some.
Why did you do that?
To be the heavyweight champion of the world. His chin's gone.
But he's still Anthony Joshua.
Which is stiff and no rhythm, no skill, just power.
You're serious about fighting him?
Yeah. It's in 2026, we already talked.
Congrats on having such massive balls and also being super rich.
When you...
I mean, it's a fight that I would love to see, but someone who did chime in on the situation was Amir Khan. Obviously, he's an ex-UK boxer, all the rest of it. He was very successful in his career, but he discusses the potential fight between the two as well.
Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul. I can't believe it's even being mentioned, but it is being mentioned, so it's worth talking about.
I saw it, bro.
Have you got any interest in that fight?
Media.
Who wins?
Wow. I mean, I think what a mismatch that is.
Yeah, I agree.
Joshua would kill him. I mean,
do you think he will just hammer him? I think AJ's way too big, and he throws a good 1-2 down the pipe, and if he lands that right hand on fake Paul's chin, it's fucking game over, surely.
Jake Paul will never look at boxing again.
No, it'll be the end.
I mean, he'll never want to fight again. That'll be the end of even his YouTube career, in my opinion. You know what I mean? After a shot like that with that 1-2, man.
It might be the end of his life if he's not fucking...
The end of his life as well. You can say that 100%, because is he because, you know, I sat with him about a couple of months ago, and I don't know if he's... And you can see that he's a confident guy, but, you know, I don't know if he's coming or going. I mean, look, he wants to do fights. I mean, at one stage, I heard him, well, he did say he was calling me out, and then he called... I think he fought against Tommy Fury. I think they fight each other. Yes, they did. So look at the size difference now. And they were close fights he had with those people, but with like Tommy Fury. But the thing is now, did he get beat by Tommy Fury? Someone like AJ, who's at his peak of his career, who hits a lot harder, who's a lot bigger physically, I think would definitely... punch right through him and play would kill him.
Talking about Canelo Alvarez, that fight never happened. That would have been a big fight, but he'd have got beat badly.
That would have been a big fight. Similar weights as well, yeah.
It just fought Mike Tyson, which was ridiculous. The Canelo fight never went anywhere. Turkey Al Sheikh kind of put a stop to that. So now I feel like he's clout chasing. So he needs a big name. So
clout chasing, 100%. He needs a name. He needs a name. He needs a name to keep him going, you know, keep him moving forward or keep his entertainment stuff going on. So that's why maybe he's calling out AJ. He knows AJ is a big name in the UK, has a massive fan following. So he thinks if I start connecting my name with this guy, I'm going to start getting, you know, a bit of following myself, or people start raising their eyebrows. To be honest with you, I think a lot of these YouTubers now are taking the piss out of boxing. I mean, you don't see them calling out these UFC guys. Why they're all chasing these boxers? I mean, I don't think Mike Tyson should have ever taken that fight against Jake Paul. I mean, Jake Paul's now got a massive one over, even though Mike Tyson was in his 60s, but still he beat like a legend in the sport, you know what I mean? So really, Mike should never have done that, but I think they're making a mockery of boxing.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even like giving fake Paul airtime, to be honest, but when he's talking about AJ, you have to give it some kind of attention. And that's what he does.
He knows what to say and how to speak about it, you know what I mean? But the thing is, Carl, I think AJ could be the one to fix this situation where these people are taking the piss out of boxing, where someone will get badly hurt. One of these YouTubers will get badly hurt, that they might have to stop being YouTube fighters to come into boxing.
I'll tell you what, it makes sense, wouldn't it? It makes sense for AJ to fight Jake Paul because it's mega money.
Now it does.
Fucking hammering.
It's mega money, but I think AJ needs to give him such a beating, a bad beating, that no YouTuber would ever want to go in the ring again.
Yeah, I like that. We'll finish on that one, mate.
I think it's an interesting take. Obviously, we're never going to see KSI call out someone like AJ because he knows that he's just going to get absolutely pummeled, right? You got to give credit to Jake Paul. He's got bollocks to like try and take that fight and try and make something of it. Whether it'll actually materialize, I don't know. I can't imagine it will, because why would AJ want to kind of stoop to that kind of low? But that's just my opinion. Moving on though, obviously we remember you've got Logan Paul calling out Messi for over the lawsuits and stuff to do with Prime and Mars Plus and all the rest of it. His influencer, his bodyguard, then takes the fight against Logan Paul and says that he'll fight him. And Logan has actually responded to the claim from the bodyguard in this clip right here.
Bro, I heard Messi's bodyguard is talking shit.
Listen, Logan, there is no way out.
It's an MMA guy who thinks he can box, who thinks he's entitled to victory or attention because he's Messi's bodyguard. I've offered to fly people out before. He doesn't even deserve a fly out. It's like, bro, I'm here in Puerto Rico. If you want to pull up on me in Puerto Rico, you're more than welcome, bro. But when I beat your ass, this is a big when. Not if, when I beat your ass, you gotta drink Prime. I really would start to feel bad for Messi because, bro, he's gonna lose this lawsuit. He's probably gonna lose his bodyguard because why the would you hire a bodyguard who could get beat up by a YouTuber? Man, just losing everything, except the World Cup.
I mean, Messi's not going to lose anything. Like, Messi will not lose sleep over Logan Paul. Let's be totally for real. But the last thing that we're going to talk about, right, is the fact that obviously the Pauls spoke, like, there was this massive, like, head-to-head thing. You may remember it for the promotion. And everyone was like, oh my God, Jake and Logan, they're going to be facing off against each other. They're going to be fighting. This is massive. Like, this is what we want to see. Instead, it was to try and promote their reality TV show, Paul in America, or something like that, or Paul America, American Paul. So I don't know, some shit like that. I haven't watched it. I've heard it's not very good. The first episode did like release, I think it was like yesterday or the day before. And obviously to do the promotion, they went out in New York City to kind of like, you know, hype it up and stuff. It was across the billboards and all the rest of it. No one turned up. Nobody at all showed up to this event. Nobody was there. Like, it was so dead. And it's an embarrassment. It is such an embarrassment.
Times Square, what's good? Times Square, what's up? Let's go, New York. New York City, the greatest city in the world. How y'all feeling tonight? I see y'all up front. Let's go.
How dead was that? How dead was that? I've never seen anything more dead in my life. Literally. Like, I think my nan's got more life and she's 6 foot under. Jesus Christ, that was actually painful to watch. Imagine being the Paul brothers and not even being able to rally a crowd in Times Square. Arguably one of the busiest places on the planet. Madness. But Jake Paul obviously also spoke about some other little bits and pieces to do with KSI and his new reality TV show. So let's have a little listen to this.
On the show, there's been a lot of contention there. Oh, wow.
We are in Miami, Florida. We got KSI, came all the way from England.
Yay, it's me. Yo! Little boy trying to get involved.
KSI is this YouTuber from the UK. He was the first to market in influencer boxing. At one point, we were mortal enemies, but we went from rivals to partners. And he's the person that Jake hates like most in this world. Man, fuck KSI.
Mike Tyson is 57 years old.
Yeah.
Like, yes, in his prime, this would have been crazy. But now it's like, oh, this is just sad.
I hear you, JJ, but when you're laying on the deathbed, to be able to say,
sure.
I went toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson, bro,
Yeah.
like, there's not many people that can say that. So
as long as you go toe-to-toe, dude.
toe to wheelchair, whatever.
Logan is constantly undermining me any chance that he can get. He's sitting there with my biggest enemy talking shit about the biggest accomplishment of my life.
Who's he going to fight next?
Someone older.
Muhammad Ali?
Someone older. Yeah.
It's just not what brothers should do.
I mean, it's giving like massive Keeping Up with the Kardashians vibes, right? Like, I don't know, it's just a bit dead. But the last thing that we're going to talk about is Jake Paul talking about the fight with KSI. Like, this is obviously a fight back in 2018. If this had happened, unbelievable scenes. Everyone would have been hyped for it. Now it's just like, we're talking about this again. They're still hyping this up again. No one actually cares for this anymore. And here he is talking with Aiden Ross about that potential fight.
straight up. I know he is. You told me many times. But, like, come on. Is it ever going to happen?
It has to happen. I know it will at some point.
When? Because now he's fighting Dylan Dennis, which, honestly, I like Dylan a lot.
Not anymore.
I mean, look, people can say what
like Dylan?
I like Dylan.
That's a bold statement.
But hold on a second.
What about Dylan do you like?
I think he's a cool guy. Whenever him and I met up, you know what I'm saying? He's cool with me. Mutual respect. But I just don't it doesn't make sense for KSI to fight Dylan Dennis. It
doesn't. Logan already beat him easily.
I just think it doesn't make sense.
But none of KSI's fights make sense.
He was gonna do the
He's
old
just doing
soccer
easy
play,
ass.
right?
Exactly. He literally just wants to do easy ass fights to like get through and.
Tyson Fury when he fought him, you know that made sense. Tommy's, excuse me, that made sense.
At some point, it's going to happen, but at the end of the day, like I'm doing much bigger things than him doing these random fights that not. I don't know if it's pay-per-view or when. I don't even know when he's fighting Dylan or what it is, but like the numbers are going to be trash.
Yeah, it's just I don't like Jake, but I agree with him. KSI's fights are boring. Like there's nothing enjoyable about his fights, and I just feel like Jake is far superior. Like when it comes to this kind of thing. Let me know what you guys think about the Paul brothers down in the comments below, becoming one of the biggest lol cows of 2025. Way down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.